Hey Best Pally, I'm Allie, and this was me 8 years ago, and this is me now. How? What? Why? Let's discuss. Wow, that is a big change, but also 8 years is a long time. I've done a lot of trial and error throughout that time. Also, why is it called trial and error? It should be called trial and success. Except it was a lot of error. So in that time, I learned a ton, and in this video, I will give you my 7 biggest tips that I wish I would have known from the start, so that maybe it wouldn't have taken a whole 8 freaking years. And it was not always forward progress. So hopefully you watching this video can learn something from me, so you can get transformed in faster than 80% of a decade. And actually, it was way longer than 8 years. I've been doing 8 years of these transformation videos, but before that, I was looking like my before photo, but working out a whole ton and getting nowhere. So let's start by talking through each one of my year's photos. Here's my before photo, and I spent about 5 years looking like this and being a runner. And I've made a very in-depth video about how running has not served me in the past, and I'll give you a summary here, but go watch that video too. I thought running and fitness were synonymous, the same thing, that's all that fitness is running. So I ran, but I hated it, and I kept adding more miles because my body was adapting and not changing. And so it got to a point where I was doing 6 miles a day and a half marathon on the weekends for months. And I still looked like that, and it's because I didn't realize that running was not the only option for fitness. My first after photo is when I discovered that, because I started boxing and my body responded. It wasn't just steady state cardio, keeping going at the same boring heart rate the whole time. It's basically high intensity interval training because you're getting your heart rate up and then recovering and then up again. My first tip is steady state cardio is not the only option for fitness. Try something else, especially if you're not seeing results. Although if you do enjoy running, that's fine, keep at it. But if you aren't getting somewhere, maybe add in some other stuff too. And this also goes for you on the elliptical forever. And by you, I mean me, because I also did that. Just trying to burn at an even pace for as long as possible did not work for me, and perhaps you could benefit from something new too. Speaking of something new, my third photo is when I discovered CrossFit. CrossFit. We like to talk about CrossFit. Really what this was is that I discovered weightlifting and adding on muscle, which sped up my metabolism and allowed me to eat more, and also was super fun. CrossFit. So tip number 2 is add weight-bearing exercise, because then you're burning not just while you're on the elliptical, but later on when you're just carrying around muscle, being a furnace. Photo number 4 is when I started doing bodybuilding, which is different than CrossFit. They focus on working on one muscle group and then resting that while you work on a different muscle group. The key there is the rest. It took me forever to discover that recovery was just as important as working out. How stupid. I want a time machine to go back to stupid me and tell me to sleep better, and also give myself time in between workouts. CrossFit has you doing total body every day, and I was never taking a day off. Bodybuilding is very calculated how you're resting your muscles to let them grow, and that was super helpful to open my mind to that fact. So tip 3 is recover. Working out is breaking your body down, but then you need an equal amount of effort to build that back up so you come back stronger. Otherwise, you're just continually breaking your body down and never getting to what's called super compensating, which is just a fancy word for your body gets stressed out just enough that you can recover and come back superhuman. I mean, stronger than you were. And my 5th photo is when I discovered powerlifting. Now you've heard us go through running and Muay Thai boxing and CrossFit and bodybuilding and powerlifting. And so my tip number 4 is it is totally possible to stay fit and stay interested. And this goes back to my initial false belief that running was fitness. There are so many different types of fitness, so if you're not enjoying it, go try something else. Go enjoy it, because there is a way to have abs and fun. Now we're on to my 6th photo, and there's not much change here. So even compared to my 7th photo, oh wait, I didn't take a 7th photo. I haven't done a video in this series in 2 full years. So why did I skip last year? Well, I didn't have anything to say. Nothing had changed, but we are here in this video because I figured out what was stalling me, and I can confidently say that my 8th photo is different. Also, can we talk about these photos in general? I really wish that I would have started with a better before photo. I've been coming back here every year to this spot to do this to match the first photo. It has gotten way crappier in here, and also I'm matching a mirror selfie. It would be so much better if the first photo was with a tripod in a nice space and lighting that was the same every time. I put contacts in this morning, but I put glasses on to take my after photo so it matched the first one. Now I can't actually see what I'm doing, but I'm committed to giving you the most useful before and after, which means recreating the same thing. And even look, my mirror is given up before me. I've been doing this for 8 years. So not only is that ugly, it's also not really showing off my progress. A lot of my success has been in my upper body in the past year, and you can't see that when I'm selfieing in crappy light. So tip number 5 is take a good before photo so you can be in the same spot and see your body well and not be embarrassed of your crappy bedroom. And now what got me past my plateau and my progress stalled? Well, I am now officially bulking, which is a very meathead term for I'm eating more than what my body baseline burns every day. And that was scary. In this photo, I weigh a full 8 pounds more than my comfortable lean amount. And I'm not totally sure how I feel about it fully. I'm right in the middle of it. And of course, I'm documenting my full bulk for a different video, so stay tuned for that. But I'm on week 22 of bulking. I am not done. It is taking longer than I expected. But even being partway through it, I've already learned a ton already. So that leads me to tip number 6, track the stuff that matters, which also could be said as ignore your scale. If I was only looking at the scale, I would see my weight go up and go, ugh, oh, I'm getting fat. No, we're stopping. But I've also been tracking how much weight I'm lifting, and it is significantly more every week. How cool. So because I'm tracking the stuff that matters, I'm sticking with it. And that isn't just how much weight you're lifting. It could be getting a DEXA scan. It could be paying attention to how you feel, how much longer you're able to work out, how many more reps you can do, how your body performs, how you look in the mirror, how you feel putting pants on. There are so many ways to have successes, and yet people still find it easier to look at the scale and feel like crap. And tracking helps turn all of this into a game, so start tracking and get your first high score. Speaking of high score, the biggest thing I've learned from actually bulking, I always joke that, yeah, I'm bulking right now, but I was just scared to not be lean. Truly committing to eating a lot more than I need, I have now discovered progressive overload, which is a common term you've probably heard about, where you're continually adding challenge to the workout. When you're lifting weights, it means lifting more this week than you did last week, and that was always very hard for me. I know that sounds crazy, but adding more weight was always like, yeah, this feels heavier, also my form is breaking down. Yes, in the past, I've been able to add more weight and move up, and it just took a really long time, and also it never felt easy. I didn't know that feeling easy could happen. I am now adding weight the next week, and it feels like the same amount of effort as the week before. What? That is progressive overload. In the past, I would always show up to the gym and go, I don't know if I can lift as much as I did last week, and a lot of times it was less. Now that I'm over-fueling my body, it has the energy to grow, and so I'm showing up to the gym confidently knowing that I'm gonna do well, and holy crap, it is fun. Yesterday, I deadlifted my 1 rep maximum, the most I could ever lift, for 2, and I knew I was gonna do it. Look at that confident tongue. So I am carrying around 8 more pounds right now. I am way less lean than I was, and I mentioned that was scary, but once I went through with it, I don't at all feel as I expected. So getting thicker is definitely worth it to get past that plateau where I was very stuck, and also break a bunch of my own records. So tip number 7, you're thinking I'm gonna say eat more, but I'm not. I'm gonna say lean into the scary stuff. This is way more general, although you may need to eat more if you're stalled like me and obsessed with being lean, then maybe eating more is what you need to lean into. Or maybe you need to eat less, but you don't know because you're scared to start tracking your calories. Or maybe you've been stuck on the elliptical for years, but CrossFit looks fun, but also intimidating. Or maybe you're scared to change your diet because vegans are annoying. Also, I'm vegan. CrossFit, vegan. CrossFit, vegan. CrossFit. Whatever you are feeling a little about, go for it. There is a lot of fun and progress on the other side. And if you liked this, you'll like the video where I went vegan for 60 days. I'll put that down there for you. Hey Best Pally, I'm Allie, and I'm about to go veal. I'm about to eat veal. No! I'm about to go plant-based. As you can tell, I have a slight aversion to this, just slight. So this video will probably be